Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm a sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Sew Easy tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make quick triangle squares. As you can see in the Sewing Center, we have two that are identical, and we have a tool that makes it easy to make triangle squares really quickly. And you can see in the quilt behind me, if you're making a quilt like that, this is a great process to do. In fact, I actually used this process when I made that quilt because there were two of everything in the quilt. We are using a Fons & Porter 1/4-inch seam marker, and there are two sizes. This is the longer of the two. There is also a short one that comes in the set, and you can use that then to easily mark the stitching lines across your blocks. There's a center that's a black and yellow highlighted line, and that is placed so that it goes from corner to corner at a diagonal on your block. You simply mark on both sides. Make sure you're using a either water soluble or heat type pen so that it can be washed away or disappear. And then you have your stitching line perfectly marked to take it to the sewing machine. Now when I was making the quilt behind me, I sat down and I marked all of the light colored squares, then I paired them with a dark, and I've got a light and a dark so that we'll create ones just like the ones on the Sewing Center. Now it's simple to just then sit down and stitch on those marked lines across the block. And you can chain one after the other if you're in the speed mode for quilting. Or as you get to the far side, instead of breaking thread, leave your needle down, pick up the presser foot. I call it jumping to the other side of the tracks. You can do a few stitches across to the other side because that's the seam allowance. It won't make a difference if there's any stitching there. And then come back up the other side of the block. So you have all of your stitching done in like a really long U shape. Okay. Got it done. There you can see my stitching. And then we're taking it to the iron. Make sure you always heat set your stitching. Kind of embed those fibers together. Since this is a heat sensitive pen, then the ink goes away. Now we have a stitching. Then you want to slice down between. Now you can use a rotary cutter or you can use the scissors. Because you're going down between the two, you don't need to have it be super precise. Sometimes I think we forget that we have scissors. We're so used to using rotary cutters for everything. Slice those apart. And now when you open up these, you'll have triangle squares that match the ones here. Now you just have to take this to the iron and do a quick press. You've heat set your fibers already. So then we're just going to open it and press toward the dark. And we're going to let the ironing board do some of the work for us because it's nice and warm. I can lay that on there and then set the second one on top. You could go down through and do 10 or 12 kind of in tandem, one after the other. And you have your triangle squares prepared for your project. Quick triangle squares. It's a fun technique. If you'd like to see more of our Sew Easy techniques, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.